Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a genuine investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be following on from the previous video, looking at more of your questions with regard to the S1, and we're also going to be looking at the question at what price will the shares be sold at in terms of the 40 million shares now currently being offered for sale by NextBridge. So stay tuned for that, and then we're going to be doing an update on ticker symbol BOF, which we covered in the previous video and has also been featured in the Discord. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, with regard to inflation, headline here from CNBC, the Fed's preferred inflation indicator is out on Friday. So again, that should give a significant boost hopefully to the markets if that is perceived positively. And at market open today, we can see here Dow Jones was up, S&P 500 was up, and the small cap 2000 was also up. But however, I think right now the markets have taken a little bit of a downturn. I think the big stock that's taking the biggest hit is NVIDIA. So we did feature this in the previous video with regard to earnings. Earnings was a significant beat. However, I think there was some concerns, or should I say a small concern about guidance. And that is, I think, one of the reasons why it may be currently taking a hit. However, I think it also creates a positive buying opportunity for people who potentially want to get into NVIDIA. So if we look at the income statement for the year ending July 2024, we can see here in terms of revenue, we're looking at $30 billion. So that was a beat. Operating profit 18.6 billion, gross profit 22.6 billion, cost of revenue 7.5 billion. And in terms of the key areas where they're generating the revenue, again it still remains as the data center. So if we compare this with the income statement for AMD, again AMD revenue is 5.8 billion, so much more lower than NVIDIA, but still the biggest share for AMD is also data center. So the net profit for AMD is $0.3 billion. So again, significantly lower, but again in a great position here to take advantage of the AI market going forward. So let's have a look at what happened earlier in terms of the NVIDIA chart. At one point it was earlier down close to 6.11% at $117.94. I think it has recovered a little bit more. And finally, I'm going to finish off by sharing with you probably the biggest dip I've seen in a single day for any stock, and that was yesterday, ticker symbol WTO. So if anybody had a look at this, also known as U-Time Limited, yesterday it was down at 1.96.19%. So again, a very strong illustration of how you can lose all your money when investing on the stock market. Let's follow on from the previous video where we looked at the S1. So what I posted earlier is NextBridge Hydrocarbons have issued their amended S1. The company have stated that they are offering directly to selected accredited investors up to 40 million shares of common stock. So remember the one thing about this S1, it is still not yet effective. It is the fourth amended version, so we are waiting for it to be effective. So in terms of the key question here that was asked in terms of accredited investors, I think that will be the first question that I'm going to be addressing now. So in the Discord, one of the questions was with regard to the offering, is that to bait those who have not covered, and obviously there is no information with regard to how much per share. Sounds like an offering without the intent to trade. And first, the other question, what is accredited, and did NextBridge Hydrocarbons set a criteria? So as far as I'm concerned here, first of all the answers right now are speculative, because Greg did say in the letter to FINRA, first of all, he was approached by some short sellers to buy shares. So that's the information that we have from Greg. So from following on from that, I believe we now need to see what happens in terms of the price. And ideally we would want a bidding war if there are multiple people out there. So as far as the shares being traded on a public platform, they are not able to trade the shares on the OTC, and the key reason for that is their shares are not listed on the OTC. So in terms of the price, it's going to be down to the management, down to Greg to agree a price, and obviously the management, and they will make that decision. In terms of the question of an accredited people who are approaching the company to buy, and I would assume that means brokers or short sellers, potentially, in terms of what the company is saying. So let's first of all look at the next question: what to do with shares still in brokerage accounts now the S1 is filed? So that's a question from Blazer636. So as far as I'm concerned, there are no further official instructions in terms of what to do with your shares. So the answer to that is just hold on and wait and see what happens, just like everybody else. So in other words, you do not need to do anything at this point in time, and there are no instructions. So from Existence Warrior, he states 40 million shares for sale at what price? So I'm going to share with you a poll here from Marcos, and he stated here with regard to this question about what price, he states, in your opinion, at what price will the shares be sold? So 4 options: $1 to $10, $20 to $50, $75 to $100, or $150. So I'm not sure where a person would put an answer of $125, because none of the answers would fit that. But what I can share is that the most popular answer is $150 plus, so 37.9%. So again, remember that is down in the hands of Greg McCabe. So what INAPE has posted in response to this poll, he states, again, potentially an unpopular opinion, but he really hopes the community is realistic about the sale price of the shares. Mr. McCabe needs the money to drill and develop property to get it to its full potential. So that is certainly true. He believes in Mr. McCabe 100%, as I do, and he also understands there is a plan, and then there is also a process. Astronomical price valuations at this stage of the game may let people down, and he's praying for a bidding war, so am I, for the shares, but also understands that the company is at where it is at this moment of time. They need cash urgently for operations, development, and I would also say for obviously lease drilling obligations and requirements, and to continue with the leases. So I think some valid points there from S1. And what I would say is most important is the priority should be to secure the company as an ongoing concern. That is going to be a long-term benefit to the shareholders. The last thing we want is the company to get into trouble, and the way they're going to do that is to ensure that drilling is completed and obligations are also completed. And finally, shout out here to Gray, who stated, "Dear NextBridge Hydrocarbons, FINRA halted MMTLP, so we got stuck needing shares to deliver to account holders, but we couldn't. So the question here is, could we buy some from you now?" So I'm assuming that's a question, possibly from retail investors, but he's also stated thanks on behalf of brokers and hedge funds, etc. So let's see what the response is. Before we look at ticker symbol BOF, I'd like to share some important news in terms of an update from the Discord. So we have implemented a $2,000 live trading and data alert section. So this is a section that provides us with live data with regard to unusual activity in news, Reddit alerts, halts, dark pools, golden sweeps, stock news, and also fail to delivers, as well as quant alerts. So this has been exceptionally useful with regard to news coming out instantly, and we will be adding more to this, including FDA news as well. So let's move on to have a look at ticker symbol BOF, also known as BranchOut Food. So this was something that was alerted previously a couple of days ago in the Discord, where the news was with regard to a revenue surge of 640%. So go out ahead and check out the previous video, and you'll be able to see here we called this in the pre-market earlier today, and it was also called in our live trading data and alert section, where it was brought by the live alert at time of editing for ticker symbol BOF as a whole. So let's have a look at what's happening in terms of the chart for BranchOut Food today. So we can see right now at time of editing it was up 12.12% at $1.85, and at one point it was also up over $2 for quite a time as well. So in terms of the previous 5 days, we can also see it's up over 178%. And if you would like to get more breaking news and also access to the new live trading data software in the Discord, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.